We need to build more data centers. AI needs it.
To cure cancer, right? We're curing cancer. Right?
Winnougan, we are in. He's a guide, gentle and good again. Click once, render done, yeah, we run the program. Making AI bits like a megaphone.
Welcome everyone to the channel. Today's guide is about the Klein9b Ultimate Workflow. I've got all the bases covered for you gooners, because I know you guys want to create the best images, the fastest way possible, the most efficient way possible. This guide is good to go for potato PCs. So if you have a 30XX, 40XX, or a 50XX GPU, it's going to work with any of those. That's because of the new Comfy Kitchen implementation and dynamic VRAM implementation in ComfyUI. So you can actually run the FP4 quantization even on a 30 or 40XX GPU. No problem. If you have an Ampere 8A Lovelace GPU, it's going to work just fine. Now, what we're going to do here is look at the model. So I've actually quantized the 9B as an MX FP8 or also as the NV FP4. They're going to work just fine on your potato PC. If you're going to use a base model, then you want to implement the Turbo LoRa. I'll explain more about that when we go to the Power LoRa loader. You can also use the GGUF version. So basically, if you wanted to use the GGUF, you just go here and you put it on true. If you wanted to use regular FP8 and the non-KV, KV stands for the new cache system that Black Forest Labs have released. So their KV FP8 version of Klein is ultra fast, and I've also made it as a mix FP8 version that's using the new NVIDIA quantization. These are very fast. They're going to go with 4 steps, CFG of 1, and that's just going to be much faster than just using the regular FP8 version. But if you're going to load the base model, then you need to use the Turbo LoRa if you want to keep it low CFG and steps at 4. Okay? Don't forget to support my work, because this is going to be free, but the next few models, going to have them exclusive. I'm also going to be creating nodes. So special nodes, one-click installers. We're going to look at how to create specific Conda environments, all this cool stuff. It's very technical. It's not easy to do, but I make it easy for you guys. So that's the whole point of these tutorials. For example, I've included the cache dit accelerator, but then Eli 11, what the heck is it? So basically, anything to do with cache efficiency is just going to make your renders all that more efficient. I've created something called the one prompt to rule them all. So on your text to image combos, just put your text here. Now with Klein9b, it's using the Qwen 3 9b. Is it 9b? Let's see here. Yeah, Qwen 3 8b text encoder. So you can get pretty verbose. Okay, you can get pretty verbose with the text. This is going to be your go-to, your text to image combo. Here we're going to load up the LoRa's. I have them all uploaded, all the what I call the must-have LoRa's on my Hugging Face. You just have to go there and download them. I love using the Power LoRa loader. So here we wanted to create the Caucasian face with the Ahagao look to it. So we're using that LoRa. When it comes to detailers, less is better. If you use too much detailer, you're going to get a lot of freckles, a lot of indentation on the skin. Less is better. Like 0.3, 0.2 is fine. Don't go crazy with it. I've included RTX video super resolution upscaler. This is going to double, triple, quadruple the size. I don't like to use the ultra setting. I like to use the high setting. And you're going to see at the end of the video, I'm actually going to compare all the upscalers. This is the go-to. It takes like a second on a potato PC just to upscale, double, triple the size. Okay, so it's a no-brainer. Just turn this on, turn it off. If you want to add more details, go ahead and turn these on or off. Generally, you know, I might go and use a little bit of detail, like 0.1, 0.2. Your mileage is going to vary. This is the dead simple text to image, very fast. We're just looking at the prompt. Add your LoRa's. Here I'm adding like a little detail to it, 0.3. I'm using the Ahagao. I like to also use, you know, the Nice Girls detailer. There's also consistency LoRa's, realism engine. You know, if that's what you're looking for, it does a really good job. High resolution. Here you can see with the RTX Upscaler, no difference at all. It just upscaled it as if it was done. Here you can see it's in 4K, and it took like a second to upscale that. Let's go and jump into Klein9b. What the heck is Klein9b? So take your image, go down to Open Mask Editor. Okay, so here we just want to change the face. We're changing the Ahagao face into something just, I made it so like make her smile, make her looking forward. So you're just going to paint over the face. Don't paint over the eyes and the mouth. Just paint over the face, hit save, and then you're going to go in and type the prompt. Make her eyes looking forward and make her smiling with no tongue showing. And then, of course, I added some LoRa's like the detailer, consistency, Nice Girls, realism engine, and here we go. It did a good job. Okay, so you can see the before and after. It kept the face consistent. Okay, changed it around. And that's what Klein9b is really efficient at. It's really efficient at looking at the image and editing it. And that's also because Qwen 3 and Qwen 3.5 are really good vision models. So I'll actually show you in a future video how to use that to your advantage when you want to create LoRa's or when you want to actually create description or making a prompt for Klein. I've also created a custom JSON avatar so that if you wanted to just do videos, if you wanted to just do Klein, basically your avatar is just an expert for just doing those kind of prompts for you. So you can actually read the image. You can download an image from like SeedVR, for example, and then it can deconstruct it for you, give you the prompt, and then you can go ahead and put it in here. Very, very efficient. Here's just a quick upscaler. You got an image, go here 4 times the size. So you know, we got like a 1080p version, and then we upscaled it to 4 times larger. And again, quality is very fast, very good. Do you want to add some grain to your image? So just adds a little bit of grain. The SeedVR image upscaler is good. It's open source, so it's free. It's not fast. The more powerful your GPU, the better. You know, you should be using the 7B model for this. If you use the lower models, are not as great. So you're going to want to use the 7B model to get things done. Okay. Apply sharpening. It just helps sharpen the image. Okay. So here we have Judy Alvarez from Cyberpunk, and we're just going to go ahead and sharpen it a bit. Now, if you just want to do an edit, for example, I created this this workflow. If you wanted to make it more realistic, you're going to have to use the anim to real LoRa. And so here it's taking a very ultra processed CG image and it's trying to make it more realistic. Okay, so it's already semi-realistic. If you did like an anime picture, it would be much more realistic. Here's a custom LoRa about head swapping. So this dude on SeedVR has created a head swapping LoRa. So what you do is you trigger the LoRa over here. Okay, head swap LoRa, and I've given you the link here. Okay, and then it's really efficient at swapping. Okay, it's also on my hugging face. So it did a really good job of taking the first image and then imposing the second image to it. And then of course we added a hyper resolution upscaler. So that's the face swapping LoRa workflow. Okay, let's look at editing 2 images. So for here, we're going to take the first image and put her face onto the second one. So this is just a brute force taking 2 images and replacing either an element or replacing a person. So here we just asked it to replace the head, and so it did a good job of taking the head and putting it on the second body. So let's go and look at the different upscalers. So here in Photoshop, SeedVR. So we're going to go and just zoom right in. And SeedVR, I noticed there's like a slight tiling here. I've noticed that a few times. So, you know, it's fairly high detailed, but it's going to take some time to render depending on your GPU. You may have to tweak some of the settings. I'm getting a slight banding here in the middle, but otherwise it's very good. It got the pores. So if we go to 100% resolution, because this is Photoshop, then you can see it did a pretty good job. Now let's look at the RTX Upscaler. Let's go to 100% resolution. Yeah, if you look at the forehead, I think SeedVR did a slight better job. Again, some banding, but for an upscaling method, I think it's pretty good. You know, it happens in seconds. So when you look at SeedVR versus RTX Upscaler, I think SeedVR 2 wins, except for, you know, you have to tweak it a bit to get rid of the banding. Now we've got the paid Topaz Photo AI Wonder 2. So here it's injecting a little bit of pores. It's detecting things like the tongue. It's putting in those little taste buds. Made the eyes glossy. So it also takes a while to process because it's using your GPU. But I think it's the best model yet. It did if we look at all 3, it did a really good job with the rim lights. You know, the ocular diffusion. I think it's the best of all of them, but it is a paid model. It also works with Gigapixel. They have Wonder 1 and Wonder 2. Wonder 2 is their newest one. So Wonder 2 is the winner, and you can tweak how much you want it to change. But I think it did a really good job capturing the pores, capturing the glossiness of the eyes. So yeah, there you go. And I'll post this image on the Patreon so you guys can take a look at it. So thank you guys for following. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And there'll be some very detailed posts on Patreon. Some of them paid, some of them free. The whole idea here is to give you workflows that work and then could work on potato PCs. Okay, you don't have to have an RTX 6000 to get these things working. You can actually do it on as little as 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and that's the whole point, is to help you guys out, get you guys started, get you off the ground so you can start gooning. And of course there'll be some NFSW guides on Patreon as well. And going forward in the channel, this is not just about ComfyUI, this is also about LLMs locally, text to speech, how to set up separate Conda environments. And the next video we're going to do is the RTX 2.3. This is the new Lightrix model, but again, the ultimate workflow. So we've got all the bases covered. Stay tuned for next week's video. Thank you guys. See you next time.
Winnougan, we all in. He's a gargantuan Winnougan. Click once, render done. Yeah, we run the program, making AI bits like a marathon. Prompt it, drop it, frames start popping. Neural nets cook while the pixels be hopping. Timeline clean, no stopping, no lag. From text to motion, yeah, we flex that tag. Lights, splash, data flow, let it all